at.
So for my final presentation involving math, I'm showing you this wood project that I've been doing. It involves a magnifying glass similar to this one right here. This one's a little smaller. The big one that I use is up north, so I don't have the big one with me. But basically all this involves is woodworking and using the magnifying glass to reflect the rays of the sun in a focal point to get them to basically create an image on wood. It's not a very hard process, but it does involve math. When using the magnifying glass, you hold it a couple inches above the wood. Then you need to find the focal point. The focal point is kind of like what we use when making the hot dog cookers. For the hot dog cookers, we use the reflection to get the light to concentrate on one certain area so you can get the most energy out of it, and then you could cook the hot dog. When using the magnifying glass, it is the same principle. You find the focal point, which is the point when light waves traveling parallel to the axis of the parabola meet after reflecting off its surface. Once you find the focal point, or as I call it, the sweet spot, the sun does most of the work, burning the wood to create a charred look like that. For this project of my address sign, first I used a Dremel to make the deep indentation marks in the wood, and then the magnifying glass to create the dark burned look that you see on the address sign. I've made a few different signs for my family like this, and I think it's a pretty cool process. This is an example of another sign I'm working on that I have not yet finished engraving, but this gives you a good look as to how the process is done. I'm using a small Dremel to do the engraving like you see, and then once it's all finished on a sunny day, which we haven't had many of lately, I'll come back with a magnifying glass to fill in the engraved areas and make the charred look.